You've been attracted to this video by the title or the fabulous thumbnail. That's how it's supposed to work anyway. Now, I guess I have the job of maintaining your interest. Hopefully, you'll hang in because you're interested in magnetic filters. That's what this video is going to be about. Not my magnetic personality. So let's take a look at these magnetic filters from Kentfaith, compare them to some other filters that I own, so we can see if they're attractive enough to own. Hi, Magenetic Ray here. Let's begin by assuming that you wouldn't put cheap glass in front of your expensive lenses. That's often the argument used against protective filters, for instance, and I've addressed that issue at least twice on this channel, so I won't do it here, at least not directly. But photographers often use filters, right? To create effects not possible without them, both for still photos and for video. For instance, we might use a polarizer to cut down reflections and add vibrance to a photo. If we want to create blur effects, the classic, some say overused, misty water, you'll likely need a neutral density filter, with neutral being the important point, no overt color shift. And NDs are essential to wide apertures for video, if you want to maintain a particular shutter speed, shutter angle, and or ISO. Since I began my video journey a decade or so ago, I've amassed a pile of filters, including screw-in fixed NDs as well as variables, but I haven't bought or used magnetic filters until now. So that's the subject of this video. And specifically, as per the intro, Kentfaith, also known as K&F Concept magnetic filters. How good are they? Are they cheap? Well, let's address that question first. I'll get to comparison tests in a minute. They are not, comparatively speaking, expensive. I can't judge every K&F filter in this magnetic category, since I haven't tried them all. But as an example, since we're looking at these NANO-X Series filters, depending on size, a single ND filter costs under $50 US, as low as $36, $31 at a discount. The variable NDs, well, the 2 to 32, 1 to 5 stop, goes from $74.11 to $96.35. Regular price $49.95 to $65.22 at a discount as I make this video. Kits with fixed NDs and pouch run around $150 in 82mm, but on special right now for $124. I'm testing the top flight 82mm NANO-X Series here. And, as we'll see shortly, they meet the highest standards in terms of quality, so not cheap in that sense. As with their cinema filters, which I've mentioned before, K&F uses Japanese AGC glass, the same used in actual lens elements. And these feature 28 layers of nanometer coatings to protect from scratches and moisture, as well as ghosting and flare. It's important to mention that these K&F variable NDs do not suffer from the dreaded X aberration that occurs with cheap filters like this Cameron Fader, the first variable ND that I bought many years ago. Besides the optical performance, and that's the most important factor, right? These magnetic filters are convenient. If you've never used magnetic filters, as I hadn't, you're in for a real treat. Well, if you buy some. Purchase links in the description. magnetic filters work with the addition of a screw-in adapter, then the filters snap into place, held in place by the wonders of magnetism. I have at hand the K&F NANO-X Series variable ND, both the ND 2-32 and 8-128. I'll also test and compare the circular polarizer that comes with a cap, and to hold my little collection, Kentfaith sent their well-constructed zippered filter pouch with a magnetic flap, belt D-ring, and padded reinforced dividers, ostensibly to hold 4 filters. However, it won't fit more than 2 of these thicker variable NDs and maybe a stepping ring. Practically speaking, I'm more likely to carry them in my bag, housed in the sturdy plastic cases that they ship in. These are excellent. We'll see how they hold up over time. K&F's Magenetic filter collection also includes fixed NDs up to ND 1000, UV, black mist, and a whole bunch of combination tips, maybe the subject of a future review. Okay, without further ado, let's get to the tests and comparisons, mainly between the K&F circular polarizer and variable NDs, with the NDs compared primarily to the $245 Nisi Vari NDs, and I'll throw in a couple of other filters from my selection. So it goes without saying that these K&F filters are a bargain at the price. Nothing cheap about them at all. Compared to the expensive Nisi filters, I think you can see they appear neutral, perhaps a little warm, but much less obtrusive. I pointed out in another filter video how cold the Nisis were, and these comparisons support that observation. So I really like the look of these K&F filters, which I guess means that they're nigh on neutral. I think you'll agree these magnetic filters are a snap to use once the adapter in is installed. And since I've heard criticism of K&F magnetic filters in regard to the strength of the magnetic attraction, these snapped into place securely. Both the variable NDs, which are of course heavier, and the CPL, I'm confident that they're going to stay put. The NDs must be sort of twisted and click into place so they don't rotate in the magnetic adapter when adjusted for density. I'm not sure I'd want to throw a camera and tripod over my shoulder and take a hike with them in place, but that's just out of a surfeit of caution. They do feel solid enough. And I should mention, maybe you'll need a stepping ring for the magnetic adapter depending on the size of the thread size of your lens. All my filters, including these new magnetic filters, are standardized to 82mm. So for instance, no step-up ring needed for my 85 f1.2. But I have an abundance of stepping rings to adapt to all my lenses. Again, K&F makes some excellent rings, both aluminum and in high quality brass like I have here, and I'd like to see them expand the range of the latter. But I own a 67 and 77mm, so those are common sizes. Full disclosure, Kentfaith sent me these Magenetic filters at my request, but we have an existing relationship. I've reviewed their tripods and featured other products like the aforementioned cinema filters, but that's the extent of it. They've never requested anything more than a fair review. No money changed hands, and I hope that's what I've provided here, and that it's helpful. If you agree, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, please do consider subscribing. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss new content. In the meantime, take care, cheers, we'll see you later.